I've now finished my pre-pod beverage and am moving on to my intra-pod beverage.
Mm-hmm. And what are you working with today? I don't think we haven't done a beverage check-in in a while. That used to be a staple of the show.
Which is timely given that version 2.0 of SodaScore is now available in app stores globally.
Globally?
I actually, last I checked, I think it was 116
now
out of the 179 countries, because there are a few things where age limits for user-generated content and that sort of stuff.
Djibouti, you can't have it.
Yeah, but your booty is fine.
Remind me that you have an app where I can log and track all the sodas that I drink. And it only cost $80, right?
It's on a promo right now.
Okay.
And forever. That's $80 off.
Hold on. Let me get some paper out. So SodaScore 2.0, now available in your smartphone's application store of choice, because you have so many choices.
Tablets, and e-readers.
And Home Alone.
Have you seen it?
I have.
Recently?
Actually, I'm on the tail end of a pretty thorough watch along. I've been going through it minute by minute with my bestie and bandmate, and I've learned a lot, laughed a lot, loved a lot, lived a lot.
The phrase watch along is giving cowboy.
And I guess that's not an apt description of what we've actually been doing. Watch along would imply that I guess we are encouraging people to watch it minute by minute along with us. In that regard, I think it's correct. In the spirit of what I think of when I hear the word watch along, that implies that we're watching it on this evening and we're all going to get together and enjoy it synchronously.
I think of it as Sonny and the watch along gang, and I am the only recorded member, but there are many of us.
We are legion.
Right. I like to do the best I can as a steward and proxy for the rest of the gang.
Do you have a list of complaints to bring to the group?
I had them. And they were right next to the pizza plates. And we had a bit of a jostling of beverages due to a family conflict.
Yeah.
And along with some passports, they actually got thrown away. So on paper, we have zero complaints, which is where the phrase on paper comes from. Little Home Alone trivia for you there.
Yeah, no one ever said on paper until this conversation.
That's right. As best I can recall, we are in the 102nd minute of Home Alone.
Yeah. How about that? How do you feel?
I'm curious to see how you slice and dice this particular minute, because in my mind, I can see the segments or ways that you can kind of separate it, but I'm curious to see if you do any gerrymandering.
I sort of, based on my time codes at least, the first music credit started rolling in right at the very end of our last minute. But this minute is, for its bulk, the song credits. And then we get the acknowledgements and thank yous.
Yes.
At the end. Those are sort of the two prongs of this shrimp fork of a minute. Crab fork? What has two prongs? There's not a shrimp fork, is there?
I think you're thinking of a fork petite, which some people would refer to as a shrimpy fork because it's so small.
One of the 3 AI overview Google image results was a 2-pronged fork holding a shrimp. So I'm going to just call myself right on. There's also a 4-prong and there's also a 3-prong.
I would say a grill fork is often 2-pronged.
That's true. In the grill fork of this minute, 1 prong is song credits and another prong is thank yous and acknowledgements.
Oh, I thought you were saying prawn.
Well, I did say shrimp fork, so...
Right. So a shrimp fork has prawns, not prongs.
It has prongs, but you spell it Prawns.
For the AI transcript, that is a shirt idea.
People talk about somebody's swan song, but they never talk about their prawn song.
We were recently discussing Costco membership and the benefits thereof.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'd say that one of the most overlooked sections of Costco is the prawn and garden section.
Yeah. What's Kate Hudson's mom's name again? Goldie Prawn.
Favorite undersea Tarantino film?
Undersea Tarantino film. I love you watching me look for this, and I'm being too slow to catch on to what you're talking about. There's Reservoir Prawns. It's prawn fiction. Krill Bill. Krill Bill? Is that what you were getting at?
From Dusk Till Prawn.
Krill Bill's pretty good too, though.
Krill Bill is really good.
All right.
Also a shirt idea. Okay, so 2 prawns.
Yeah.
The first of which is, you'd say, like music. The second is acknowledgments. Am I hearing you correctly there?
Yes.
Okay. So that's your summary of this minute.
Yeah. I'm a little rusty, I guess. We get song credits. We get some thank yous. And then we're more or less out. There's some stuff at the tail end too after some thank yous. Yeah, we're
about to get to like MPAA and like union logos.
Once you hit the song credits, like it's time to get out of here, right?
You do become jaded. Like you become that guy who's like, oh, Color by Deluxe? Who would have thought? Never could have seen that coming.
You know what this movie doesn't have is one of those, like, does it have the no animals were harmed in the making of this?
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't either. Now I'm starting to worry about Axel.
How loosely do we define animal? It's a broad kingdom.
Yeah, a tarantula counts.
So do humans.
Yeah, that's fair.
And like, I don't know what movie you saw, but some guy burned his hand. Another guy got hit in the face with an iron.
Yeah, your point.
No sympathy.
You gotta take care of the animals, is what I'm saying. What?
Can I just as an aside, and you can delete it?
Yeah.
Where were you gonna go? Like, I feel like you were looking for something.
I guess to get into the music credits here, I don't know exactly how these things work, but it almost seems like it's the same way casting gets its own like special order based on like agents and contracts and egos and stuff. Like somewhere in my memory gets top billing in the song credits list. Did you notice that?
But isn't some portion of that song in the opening credits?
Yes.
So it could be chronological.
It's not, though. The order of these songs is not the order that they show up in the movie.
I said it could be. I didn't say it is. I think about the potential of these credits, not what they are. I choose to see them in the best light.
Okay.
No, I'm with you. I think there's some sort of ego/system tomfoolery afoot where you at the very least have to have all the John Williams songs first.
I guess I'm curious of like, is that a contractual obligation or is it them just paying due respect to their composer?
I think it's probably both, because so many things in this field and other similar creative fields, there is like a form boilerplate type section for various different requirements for contracts that your agent or manager or representative will have, that if you got pushback on, you'd be like, yeah, I don't need that. That's fine. But it's going to be part of your form contract. So there probably is contractual obligation. Flip side is, if it was not there, they probably would do that as well, just for ceremony.
Yeah. Of course, we all know and love Somewhere in My Memory, but right underneath it is Star of Bethlehem, also credited to John Williams and his lyricist for this movie, who we have not talked about,
Second
Leslie.
only to Bernie Taupin.
Yeah, Leslie here is a stud.
Dude, he's crushed it.
Do you know how to pronounce his last name? Brickus is what Wikipedia says.
Leslie says Brickus?
Brickus, yeah. So I'll go with that. For the listeners, it's spelled Briccusse. Leslie Brickus. But this
country
guy,
of origin?
England?
He was London and then California, right?
That sounds right. He worked.
Well, he had like film stuff, and maybe I'm mixing this up, but didn't he also have cuts with like a Rat Pack or something crazy?
Well, I think what you're getting at is he is the writer of The Candyman, which is from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, which he's the lyricist for. Wrote the music with a different musical partner from John Williams, of course. And then Sammy Davis Jr. had a hit with The Candyman, and also recorded What Kind of Fool Am I from Stop the World I Want to Get Off, which he also did the music for.
So how is it that John Williams has ridden his coattails and then leapfrogged him? Because like, I think it's pretty obvious who the talent is here.
I want to give him his due credit because looking at his resume is extremely impressive. But when I hear somewhere in my memory in Home Alone, it doesn't strike me as lyrically brilliant. I think musically, melodically, it's beautiful. But I never listen to the lyrics and go, yeah, that's a lovely sentiment.
So if it were a comic, music would be drawing and lyrics would be inking?
Yeah, it's just, I do think that John Williams is doing the heavy lifting but because the theme shows up without the lyrics so often. But when they show up in the movie, like, they don't hit me in any sort of special way.
You keep saying John's full name. Is that contractually obligated?
I'm required, to remind the listeners who we're talking about here.
Is it because John is such a common name?
Yeah. Well, John Williams is a pretty common name, right?
J-Dub. Remember soundtracks?
Well, the soundtrack is available on cassettes and CDs.
Which I have a lot to say about.
Okay. I feel like people need to know that Leslie Bricusse is a stud. Dr. Dolittle, Talk to the Animals, 1967.
That's a classic.
Right? Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, 1971. Pure Imagination and The Candyman, right? Great.
Tunes, the both of them.
The 1976 televised version of Peter Pan. Watch that a lot in my household.
With that chick with the short blonde hair.
Mm-hmm.
What's her name? If you had asked me this like 3 years ago.
Well, this was 1976 is Mia Farrow, but I don't know if that's the production that we're thinking of. Let's see. What else? Oh, he did another, he followed up Home Alone with John Williams with Hook. When You're Alone, the song When You're Alone from the movie Hook.
A deeper cut.
Yeah. And, where was it? Oh, he did, songs. Yeah. Ooh, Goldfinger, You Only Live Twice.
Wait, he did Goldfinger the song?
He did the song Goldfinger, yeah.
Man.
He's got credits on Home Alone 2, which I guess we'll get into in a year or so. Can You Read My Mind? The love theme from Superman, the movie. The guy's got a career, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Spanning like 40-something years. Not too shabby.
That kind of specialization I find fascinating. Someone who is like a lyricist.
And specifically lyricist for movie songs.
Right. You have a balance of understanding words that have the right, and forgive me for this phrase, mouthfeel. While also being able to be explicit enough to be somewhat of a storytelling device, but in some cases are far more abstract, but evoke the emotion of the story.
Yeah. He's got 2 Oscars, a Grammy, and he's in the Songwriters Hall of Fame. As of this recording, we are not in the Songwriting Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but when is this coming out?
Give it some time.
Like by the time you edit and post this, though.
I've sent them a few letters.
I like how you, even in the credits of this podcast, continue to brag about how wealthy and rich you were as a kid, so much that you have like stamps lying around.
When those Forever stamps came out, I invested. So I'm set for life, baby. I was like, they're never going to go up. Okay. Here's $20,000.
That's like such a Kramer idea.
Yeah.
So Jerry, I bought stamps at 28 cents.
Just got to stand outside the post office all day.
What are you coming in for?
No, I've got stamps.
I got them.
You don't want to pay 49 cents for that stamp. Come over here. What is the stamp these days? I don't even know.
Again.
Do you know?
Just
what is a stamp?
Just how much is a gallon of milk, Sonny?
Is that like a Mitt Romney situation? I'm so out of touch.
What could it possibly be? $20?
What do you think a U.S. stamp is as of June 2026?
We're over 50, aren't we?
I'm looking at the answer right now. I need you to lock in your best guess.
This is embarrassing, actually, because
I know, right?
Just like 5 years ago, I was biologically plugged in to this system.
That's true. This is in your blood.
Yeah. I'm going to take over the family business soon. So like my clock is ticking as well. Like I'm going to have to know this for the test.
Yeah. When your dad retires, do all of your pants get that little black strip going down the side, like automatically?
Yeah, I had to change the driver's side of my car because it switched over while I was sleeping.
You gotta step into your car for work that one day and go like, oh, my time has come. All right, how much is a one forever stamp right now?
56.
You are so far off.
Okay.
78.
Oh my God.
Thanks,
78.
Obama. Yeah, 78 cents. This is not a video podcast, but if everyone could see, Jerod just wants to throw a brick through some window. He's so mad about it. He hasn't mailed a letter in 10 years, but he's still outraged. Everybody laughed when I bought $20,000 worth of forever stamps, but...
Because you would be standing outside the post office and be like, hey, 59 cents. And I'd be like, that's more than they cost. As I push past you to go inside the post office.
Yep. Mm-hmm. But you, upon hearing the price, would say, wait, hold on, I'll be right back.
Oh, I left my wallet. Gotta go. Yeah. Do you often have those moments of realization where you go, it's just like a free country. I don't have to explain myself, actually.
No, it's a free country. I don't have to explain myself.
Like you'll be in some situation where someone has some perceived authority, but they don't actually. Mm-hmm. And you just go, oh, I actually don't have to tell you anything.
You're the kind of person who's going to walk right by the receipt guy at Walmart. Like, hey, can I see your receipt? You'd be like, nope, I bought it. I already own this stuff. Get out of my face.
I think that is the difference between Georgia Tech and Georgia Southern.
In what way? The Georgia Tech people are stopping and the Georgia Southern people aren't?
The opposite.
Oh, okay.
Georgia Tech is theory. Georgia Southern is practice.
Oh, okay.
So in theory, I have no legal obligation to stop. Mm-hmm. And they could not enforce that because that's not in any way a part of the policy. Even on the receipt, if you have read it, which I have because I was curious about this at some point in the past, even on the receipt, as you enter the store, there are no terms you're agreeing to. They require you to go past a receipt person at the exit. So in theory, yes, you would just push past them in the same way that sovereign citizens behave. But in practice, that will not fly.
Right. Yeah. Understood. Can I need to share with you and our listeners about what happened on this cruise that my family just returned from. We're talking about systems that people are either just agreeing to obey or not agreeing to obey. On the boat, the World Cup was starting. So the boat was playing the World Cup. Just to be
clear, you don't mean the first game of the World Cup happened to be on a boat.
No. They were broadcasting it.
I see.
So the cruise ship has a big old video screen in front of their pool. They're out one of many pools. But their big main pool out in the middle of the top of the boat, big old video screen, okay, on one end of the pool. And then there's a whole pool. And then on that other end is an indoor pool. So like you've got like sort of like a glass greenhouse looking wall and a nice cozy indoor shaded pool, right? So we are swimming with our child and having a good time in the indoor pool. It's nice and shady. We were enjoying it. And a lot of people were up on the deck watching the World Cup game. It was Mexico and South Africa, I believe. So some people are like standing around, and there were some people in the indoor pool on the far edge of the indoor pool. So literally 100 feet away from the screen showing the game. And they were like sitting on like the steps of that pool watching the game from 100 feet away and getting really, really mad at anyone who walked in their view. And anytime someone would go by and sort of like pause and watch the game themselves, these people 100 feet away from the screen would go, hey, we're watching the game here. And it took on this weird vibe where everyone was just sort of letting this group of people like set up an invisible barrier so their line of sight of this soccer match wouldn't get obstructed, even though they're so far away from it. And it made my wife and your friend so mad that she got up and stood right in front of their view. I'm sure you can imagine her doing this and like just...
And is why I love her.
and sipped her
One
beer.
Of the many reasons.
And when they started freaking out on her, she just turned around and waved at them. Until the lifeguard came over and like tapped her on the arm and like kind of gave her like the, hey, they're trying to watch the game. Like the lifeguard is accepting this unjust system where everyone else has to sort of like stay out of the way of these people who could get up and move so much closer. It was wild.
And those people vote. Those people are running things now. So
it was a weird sensation of like, I'm so proud of my wife in that moment and also like don't want to make a scene either.
People don't like bucking the system because
and this system was, set up by these people who are wrong and they have no authority to set up the system and they've set up a faulty one. But because it is a system, I'm inclined to just keep the peace and stay out of their way. And my wife sees it and goes, no.
What a woman.
Yeah. I married her.
When everyone says, oh, yeah, I would have hid Anne Frank, I go, I'm going to say none of you except her would have.
My wife absolutely would have. Yeah.
She would have.
Yeah. She's mentioned various stances and significant changes to our lives that she is more than willing to make to continue what she believes is right.
That's not common. As you witnessed at the pool.
Yeah. She was the only one who stood up to these bullies, these soccer hooligans.
Which, if I can let everyone off the hook a little bit for, is those are also the most violent fans.
Well, and that's why it was so weird, because I 100% believe my wife was right to be angry about it. But I also knew that, like, I don't want to get in a fist fight over this. I don't want to have to, like, go defend my wife's honor and, like, come to, like, physical violence over it. Doesn't seem worth it to me, but maybe that's not a valorous stance either.
That's what you signed up for.
Yeah. So far, I have not had to fight anyone.
At least she was in the right. I'm often defending my wife when she's totally in the wrong, but I'm just like, I'm with you. I'm with you. That's right. What did she say? Yep, that's what I'm with you. We are united.
Any other notes about these songs? I have one observation that I was curious if you noticed or not.
Probably not.
There's a typo. There's a typo in these song credits.
I didn't read the song credits.
What minute do you watch?
Let me say it another way. I didn't read the song credits deeply in the way that I would typically read something. I saw it as a shape.
Okay.
Do you ever read to the bottom of a page and go, what did I just read?
Yeah, all the time.
I did that 5 or 6 times with the music section because I kept going back to the first Leslie item. And then I got so frustrated that I just skipped down to the video clip section.
Well, it is a familiar list at this point. It's listing all the songs we have just heard.
Right.
Which I've always liked that part of the movie, like when you hear a song and you don't know who the performer is. And you wait for the credits and you get to see who the performer is.
Turns out it was Powerline.
Yeah. Or the Drifters, you know? You get to learn a little bit about the Drifters. No, the How the Grinch Stole Christmas is credited to, let me remind myself.
Burl
you know what?
Ease.
Well,
Johnny
it's not Burl Ives. It's Dr. Seuss's real name, Theodore Geisel, and another guy. And I had to switch computer, so I lost my notes. But he's a stud too. He escaped Nazi Germany and became a musical guy. And
started National Socialist Party somewhere else.
Yeah. But they spell Theodore Geisel's name wrong.
Do they?
Mm-hmm. They go Geisl. They forget the second E that should be there.
They write it the way that Germans pronounce it.
Well, and I did all sorts of searching and trying to find some place where that was an accepted alternate spelling or something like that. And I didn't see anything. I think it's
certainly not an alternate spelling, but just how it sounds when a German says it.
Yeah. So somebody typing it out. They're like, all right, so Theodore Geisel, that's GE. It's like, I know. And they just move on. I wonder how many typos are in these credits. I wonder how many typos typos are in all credits.
That's one of those like hidden metrics that when we have enough reliable OCR and compute power to spare, we'll have a closer understanding of that figure.
I can ask in 3 years, I'll be able to ask Claude how many typos are in all movie credits.
Right.
And it'll come back with all of them.
Yeah, it'll have some thing, but it will be certainly less than 1%.
Yeah, you think so?
I think
probably,
given the fact that at either the end of this minute or the start of the next, we get the credits.
Yeah.
And given that it's someone's job to do that, and you're also incentivized to do them well because of the implied posterity.
I would imagine that the process is also streamlined and digital now to the point where the system like cranks through all the production staff and like it's the name that they've submitted, and there's no place for someone to have the human error of retyping it, if that makes sense.
So while that does make sense, I would also argue that in very similar areas of study, folks have found that more typos show up because there's less human oversight, because there's an overconfident belief that things have been checked, but they were never checked along the way. There's
a whole list of spelling errors in film and TV credits.
Right. And some nerd had to put that together.
Yeah. I mean, like
and like it might be his life's work. And in a couple of years, that kind of curation will be so less, like just the tedium of that.
We're like losing that very specific intellectual toil that some people are good at or just willing to do. I will give him credit. This is Peter Morris from straightdope.com. Did you ever go to straightdope.com back in the day? Man, yes. I love that site. Here's some highlights. In the movie Airplane, 1980, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's name is misspelled in the closing credits. In Annie Hall, Christopher Walken's name is spelled Walakin instead of Walken, if you can believe it. Do you want the Star Wars one? I bet you do.
You know I do. Oh, can you help me? Can you give me pieces of it and see if I can guess?
Do you know who played Wedge Antilles?
Oh, yes.
He might be a menace.
But you're saying his name was misspelled?
Yes.
Hit me.
Wedge Antilles is played by, I guess his name might be Denis Lawson, Denis, but they gave him the extra N to make him a Dennis. Catch Me If You Can spells the word saxophone incorrectly. Breakfast Club, they misspell Illinois Film Commission. They only put one M on it. They misspell Philip K. Dick's name in the credits for Total Recall. That's got to sting. So Home Alone's in pretty good company.
I'm now trying to think if I ever knew Denis Lawson's name.
Do we think he did anything else after Beyond Star Wars?
I don't know. I just know that when I was a kid, I knew so many of those things. And like when I heard you say that, like it didn't even come back.
Like you knew it at some point. You've learned that piece of trivia and it left you.
It completely left. I think that's the feeling, because when you said it, it was entirely novel. It wasn't like, oh, that's right. It was
like he's mostly a theater guy beyond Star Wars. He's got a couple credits here and there.
Well, wasn't that George's intention, to get a lot of folks that you could believe were space pirates? Like they didn't get Keanu Reeves to be Biggs Darklighter.
No. Yeah, his first credit is Star Wars and his last credit is Star Wars Rise of Skywalker.
Which, let's talk about the year gap between those for folks who don't immediately understand. That's perfectly reasonable even if he had quite a career in between.
Yeah. Well, he's got a bunch of British TV credits too. So he's working. He's fine. Guys, don't worry about old Denis Lawson. He's doing okay.
On what label can you find the Home Alone motion picture soundtrack?
Oh, you know what? I'm going to fail this trivia question. I just watched it a couple times. Is it Sony?
Judges? No.
Okay. Again, I had to switch laptops and my notes are gone. What is it?
CBS Records.
CBS Records.
I did have to check with the judges, though, because at the time that this film was released, it was during the buyout and switchover in which CBS Records was being acquired by Sony.
So you can understand my confusion.
Right. And then by 1991, CBS Records became Sony Music Entertainment.
Mm. And it's weird that it's a Fox movie. The idea that like Sony, CBS, Fox, like those as of today are still separate entities, right? We haven't glommed into like one mono corporation yet.
Well, at the time, so CBS, the network, sold all of their media and printed to CBS Pictures. So it wasn't part of the TV piece at the time. But to go down the path that you're talking about, like all those labels that you saw there are all of two, because what did we see? Concord, and then, and all the TV stuff too, like Turner and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Because all that goes up to Warner.
I was struck by how many different like labels, how many different people like a music supervisor or the clearance person has to talk to in order to sort of like get all of these. You have to have like relationships with all of these different companies because your director wants all of these different songs.
Right. Whereas now it's 2 emails because all of those are owned by the same thing. Which is, and speaking practically and from experience, and I'm sitting in the middle of that town, it's unfortunately not that way at all because publishing is still very complex and possibly that way by design. We'll try not to attribute malice unnecessarily. But an interesting thing about CBS Records, actually, that's additional trivia that is maybe just yours to cut as you see fit, but maybe this will be just for you. Yeah, let's do that. So let me get this right, because this I've known more recently than Wedge's actor name. Yes. Okay. So CBS Records is called CBS Records because they were originally called Columbia, but there was an issue with another Columbia. So they used the CBS moniker for the label, but still had the trademarks. They just didn't want to have the confusion practically. So then when Sony bought CBS Records and then turned CBS Records into Sony Music, they also still had the rights for Columbia because they bought that. So Columbia label restarted again when Sony bought it.
Okay. Record label history corner with Jerod.
Which goes all the way up even today to Sony that like makes your CD player, which are coming back.
I've heard, yeah. Physical media. So big.
I've been saying it since they went away.
I get it for sure. Moving to the second prong, do you have any thoughts or feelings about the thank yous and recognitions that we see here?
Those are contractually obligated. I confirmed that because I actually wanted to see the difference in the Chicago Film Commission versus the Illinois Film Commission. And while one is not a subsidiary of the other, they are in a pretty close alliance. So the Illinois Film Commission will then refer out to the Chicago Film Commission, being a liaison to the liaison.
Okay.
But when you do get all those tax credits, you have to put them in your credits.
Yeah, I remember, I know like, Atlanta had a pretty generous tax credit for film and production down here for quite a while, and they would tack on extra percentages if you reminded everyone in your credits that it was made in Georgia.
Yeah, the big peach card, right?
Yeah, made in Georgia. That little logo at the end saves studios a lot of money, which I think is run out now.
RIP.
I think that tax credit is over, but it's all right. We got all these data centers and stuff, so we're good.
You could go into office and extend it. Start it over. Be that guy. Be the change you want to see.
I just might. It's my only platform. I liked seeing that logo, guys. Wasn't that logo nice?
You want people to shoot in Toronto?
No, thank you.
We have woods.
We do. There was that like era, like maybe like 6-8 years ago where like it really was everything was made down here in Georgia.
Oh yeah.
And everything looked like my neighborhood. Like all those that the golden age of Marvel movies, like it's all got that Atlanta stink on it, which is great.
It does,
which is fine.
What's in the mailbag?
Nothing. People, give us some emails. I know we're just talking about the credits for a movie, but hop in.
Credits for a movie at verygmail.com.
Yeah, please. I really thought that like we would get more stuff because it was, I don't know if you felt like the weight of feeling obligated to know like something about all of these people, but not having the time or energy to look up everybody. I assume we'd get like 1 or 2 people coming in and going like, you didn't say anything about Phil? And that didn't happen. So if you got beef, let us know. I
like being able to have a really solid comeback, especially if someone's kind of like a casual and they're like, you didn't talk about Brenda? And I'm like, dude, go back a few episodes.
Because
we addressed her in real time.
That's true. But we probably didn't get to like everybody. And there probably are some like awesome stories and personalities and stuff that like the credits would have been the opportunity to talk about them. And we missed it. So I'm really sorry, Southside Johnny, but we just got better things to do. We actually talked about Southside Johnny quite a bit when his song came on.
Whose song did we not talk about?
I don't remember saying anything about Star of Bethlehem.
That's just your memory. I was raving about it.
Okay, that's fair enough.
That's how you know that I'm an AI co-host, because I hallucinate songs that I was excited about.
Yeah, what exact episode was that, Jerod?
That was from season 2.
So glad you asked. Would you like to know more?
Great question.
You're so smart.